Hello, Archicad users. Just another quick tutorial on creating eaves using complex profiles, eave trim. And I've uploaded a video. This probably should have been the precursor to that, point A to point B, but we're going to go backwards today. I thought I had 3 pitches on this job, and then remembered that I actually have 4. So I'm going to create a little eave that's going to be a 2 and 12, and it's a multi-stack, and I'm going to go off of a complex profile that I've created for this other one here. And I'll start with the flat profile. So let's open up my profiles here. Your work environment might be different. This works for me. I'm old school. I've been using Archicad for years, and I tell everybody I'm the 30-year novice. So anyway, let's start here. Let's go and open up well, let's open up an existing complex profile that's close to what we want. And this is, I call them 0 every time I start a new project. It seems like you get inundated with all these complex profiles, and so occasionally I'll hit 0 or 00 as to keep them grouped. I can't say my strong point was organization, but I can show you what I know. That's about it. So let's go ahead and start here, and I want to duplicate this one, so I'm going to call that, and instead of vertical, this is going to be 2 and 12 fascia stack. Um, let's call that, go OK, and it's going to open up the original one, which is 0. And I want this to be a 2 and 12 pitch, and so what I want to do is take and create a line here. Let's see. Missing some of my windows. Oh, here we are. Sorry. Line. So I'm going to go um, 12 inches in the X direction, and the Y I'm going to go 2 inches. That'll get me my pitch. And then I can take this existing, and if you're not familiar with complex profiles, you're using fills. In this case, I'm using the wood trim. It says no fill, but there's fill. But anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to use this. So this is a uh, 2 by 12 nominal. So there's an inch and a half by 9 1/4, the Northwestern standards. I know 2 by 12 can vary in size from place to place, but yeah, here's where I am. So I'm going to take this whole unit, I'm going to grab it, uh, bring it over to here, and then I'm going to rotate that. I've got all sorts of keyboard shortcuts I used. I've tried early on, about version 7, to create keyboard shortcuts using. I'm right-handed, so my right hand's on the mouse. So I'd like to use everything for my left hand. So I've uh, customized a lot of things so I can left hand, right hand, and keep going. So if you see me do stuff, you'll have a different way of doing it. To pause if you can't keep up. I don't think I'm that fast. It shouldn't be that bad. But anyway, so my point of origin, I want to retain as the outside of Eve. So I'm going to keep that there just like I did the rest of them. I'll go ahead and get rid of that line, window full, make sure I don't have anything weird out there. And then I've already got it 212 fascia stack, hit save. And now I'm just going to go ahead and take that, and then let's go over to the 3D window, and I'm going to create a little wrap here. And it's going to be kind of a continuous wrap. Um, Shoot, why not just go right over to the start? And so I've already kind of shown this in my other video, so I'm not going to explain a lot as I'm doing this, but I'll just do that. I'm using the beam tool, so I'm going to use the beam tool. It doesn't matter which segment I use. I'll use vertical to start because, well, no, the primarily most of this is going to be that 2 and 12. So I'm going to find the 2 and 12. I'll probably change this later, the layer combination. Let's find my starting point. And oh, let's see, it's not going to let me cooperate because I've got it set up wrong. So when you do this, you want to have, let's see, your this set, it's got to be flat. If it's not flat, then it just doesn't work right. So by doing that, then I can also create segments and move in that direction. So, and then it'll hit the pitches too. That's a little awkward. I think that last view I had was a little cleaner. So pardon the the bumbling around, but just show a quick version of the way I operate. This one's gonna be, I'm gonna have to rotate around a little bit. Just kind of wanted to show you how you can do this on the fly and pick up multiple pitches. Now there we are. There's our point. Okay, and then, whoops, I missed a point, but I can stretch that um, later. In fact, I could probably just do it right now. But real quick, I'm going to undo a couple moves and then redo so everything is selected. And then I'm going to group all of that. And I do that because then I can use my solid element operations and choose that as my operator. I'm going to subtract with downward extrusion, and my target is going to be, well, it's not just that one, is it? So let's spin it around to this ugly wireframe again and select this roof, and this roof, and that is my target. Somehow I've done something different. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 7 operators, 1 target. I'm going to hit execute, and that'll should trim everything, assuming I did okay. So on the vertical pitches, where this is on an incline course, that is going to be the vertical soffit. So let me change that. That one, those will both be vertical. So then we come over here, vertical fascia stack. All right, let's kind of see how that's looking. So you can see it cleans it up, pretty nicely. When you Anyway, so there's that. Anyway, I'll go around the model. Just clean that up a little bit. Let's see, this is a little bit of an awkward view mode. A wireframe, I should have just done probably hidden line. Anyway, but so, and then I've got another vertical over here, so I can change that to vertical fascia stack. Okay, and that's basically it. You can see when you turn the roof on, you end up with a pretty decent viewpoint there. But anyway, I think for the most part, kind of shows you how to create um, the fascia and kind of a basic use of complex profiles. Let's go ahead and just zoom around for fun and see what that looks like with the full model on. Sorry, make you go through this. Nothing like getting the walk around. But you can see how that cleans up. I'm kind of inspecting with you, but I guess on the vertical anyway, the soffit doesn't merge right there. It's just, I've mentioned many times, every tool doesn't do every job, uh, perfectly, but it's a good tool for the most part. Um, I think that it's a handy way to do it. I'm sure there are other ways. To me, I use profiles for a lot of stuff, and especially early on in the model for the basic layout and whatnot. There's other ways you could do this. You could use multiple roof planes, which is just cumbersome and hard to control on the fly. I find this to be clean, and in most cases, it works out really well. Anyway, thanks for viewing. Like and subscribe if this helps. I'm going to continue to do little blurbs here and there. They're all going to be a little bit rough, but now you kind of get an idea of just another tool in your toolbox. It's one that I like to use. If you talk to 7 different carpenters, they're probably using 7 different hammers. This is my hammer. Anyway, have a good day. Thanks.